Hey everybody, Doom Sauce and Meat Cake, look who it is. Una and I arrived in Akron, Ohio about 2 days ago. I'm all set up. It's a quirky place. I got time to drive around town. Very eccentric neighborhoods, all placed next to each other. Easily accessible, nice nature, kind of all the things I'm looking for. Got a dense suburban city feel if you've ever been up to Ohio. My experience was, though, coming here, driving through several major cities, St. Louis, Indianapolis, and a few others, and what I gathered was
They're shitholes.
basically most American cities are in rundown right now because our concerns are much more focused on profiteering. I wanted to get to news articles, right back into it. Got some new subscribers. Thank you for all your support. Stay in tune with this. I am documenting the ongoing collapse of our ecosystem, of our way of life, our support system, how we keep this thing going. Yeah, I'm grateful. I lived alone for years, and I said to myself, I don't want to live alone again. So I'm all set up here. Just took a day or two. I already worked yesterday and made my first $50, $60. Not a busy day, but it's something. I applied to a few more jobs just to kind of get, the funds rolling through. So let's get right back into it. Not even missing a beat. I'm going to cover through a few news articles and a new publish from Just Have a Think, which I
like.
First off, from BBC News, King Charles hopes for action on climate change, says John Kerry. Right, action. But let's look at some key climate change numbers for 2022. This from the Chemical and Engineering News. The 2015 to 2021 were the 7 warmest years on record. We knew that. And there's a 93% probability that at least 1 year between now and 26 will be the hottest on record.
We already know that.
And we've reached 420 parts per million. Everyone knows this. It was at 343 in 1982. Just some statistics. However, the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly is underway in New York, and India is represented by some long name I can't pronounce. The highlights of this story are, you guessed it, countries are repeatedly failing to meet emissions targets, and the meetings are being held in the shadow of extreme events, not to mention Hurricane Fiona that just wiped out Puerto Rico's infrastructure and electrical grid. Almost 10 years to the date. Was it 10 years since Maria? I don't know. Pretty bad. Prime Minister Modi is not currently attending the session. No surprise. We're going to phase out coal there. Global public is braced for severe effects of climate change. This is from Smart Cities World. Survey by the World Economic Forum finds that more than 7 in 10 adults, including a majority of every single country, expect climate change to have severe effects in their regions over the next 10 years. I wonder why this could be. Let's jump into Just Have a Think's latest video, the Arctic System Collapse.
Around about this time in September, right at the end of a summer season of warming, the extent of Arctic sea ice reaches its annual minimum. Back in 2012, there were some freak weather conditions, including unusually warm North Atlantic waters moving into the Arctic Ocean, an area of freakishly warm water just south of Greenland, extra warm air coming in from a record North American heatwave, and the transport of warm water vapour across the surface of Greenland via what's known as an atmospheric river delivered by the Atlantic. All of that resulted in an uncharacteristically low September Arctic sea ice minimum. This year didn't see such freakish conditions, but nevertheless this September's minimum is still noticeably lower than the 1981 to 2010 median. While it's nowhere near the 1 million square kilometres that is scientifically defined as an ice-free Arctic, as some doommongers predicted it would be this year, it does mark another step on an inexorable trajectory towards that eventuality. And it does look likely that we will see ice-free summer Arctic conditions within the next decade.
I like his graphics, how he's able to take real-time charts and animate them. I don't know how he does that. He clearly has some skills or knows people and a team behind the scenes. I'm not sure. But he he announces here that sometime within the next 10 years, we're going to have sea ice extent drop below 1 million square kilometers, and thus have repercussions of that the following summer. Just basically expect countdown. We're in countdown mode because we lose the Arctic, we lose the world. So I moved on, and I'm going to be here for a while. And I can't say that Michigan or any of the northern states are going to be any much more safer from climate change, because frankly, nowhere is safe. But this is pretty much like the end game for me, is here and continue to document and produce content, and then start fortifying a piece of land, either a bunker or a shipping container, do something. But when it gets to that point within the next few years, we'll figure it out when that time comes. And my roommate just got home, so I'll go ahead and close this for the day. But again, hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll continue to document the cataclysmic changes happening to our planet. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.